Welcome, everybody, to Too Legit to Crit, a tabletop role-playing podcast hosted by two guys who put the forgotten in the forgotten realms.
Oh, that was a good one.
I had a feeling you'd like a more D&D themed one, to be honest.
Yep. That was good.
Good, I'm glad. I'm here to serve. My name is John Santana.
Bold claim.
Hey, you stepped on me again.
I am still Justin.
So my name is John Santana, if anybody didn't hear that. And for the first time ever, we are live.
Yeah, and
we're live.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Definitely fucking weird.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it.
Me neither, to be honest. I'm trying to forget that it's happening.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Fair.
We do have Sci-Fi in the chat that said hello, so hi, Sci-Fi.
Oh, hello. How have you been, though, dude? Have you been?
Sorry, quick
good?
shout out to Couch, who's also in the chat.
Oh, well, hello. Our two big question askers in the chat together.
Do you think they're going to fight?
Round one.
I want to see them fight.
Roll for initiative, guys.
So, yes, I have been absolutely fine. I've been kind of excited for today, the entire week. Just kind of going over all the worst case scenarios that, you know, the wonderful thing that anxiety provides.
Yeah, and then like one of them kind of happened because like my daughter got ill today, so today was very, very sketchy at best.
Yeah, I don't like my buddy not being
seems a lot better now. Yeah, no, you know, she's very happy though because she got 2 new sets of dice on Sunday. She got some nice purple ones and some bright pink ones, so she's very happy. I'm gutted because I really wanted the bright pink ones. So I have to buy another set now. Yeah,
but in that set you've got the blue and purple ones, which are fucking phenomenal. They are. Yeah. They have really, really.
I've got these ones next to me, the pearl white ones, because like when I saw them in your like dice tray the other night, I was like, those are nice. I need those.
No, they are. To be honest, it's a good deal and a good set. But speaking of little ones, my son and I have finally cracked open Avatar Legends. The beginner's box that I've got. How was it? We didn't really get too much into it. We are kind of picking it up slowly, but we did get the basic mechanics right. And, you know, it's powered by the apocalypse. So you roll in 2d6. On a 1 to 3, you fail. 1 to 6, you fail. 7 to 9, partial.
Yeah.
And then anything above that is a success. And he started kind of getting into it. Combat mechanics are a bit more complex than your average PBTA game. So we just started on that. Okay. So yeah, next time I'm round, we're gonna pick up a bit more and carry on. So it was. Yeah, it's a good little system.
No, sounds it. We also played some more Fabula, didn't we?
So it's my little guilty pleasure is Fabula.
Dude, I love that system so much.
It's just
I'm also very upset at how long that door took us to solve.
Yeah, but here's the fucking thing. We didn't solve it. Because, you know... The code wasn't to unlock the door, it was to stop the security system, which, may I add... No,
not that door, the other door. The first door.
But the first door was a riddle.
The one that kept shocking us. Puzzle,
but it was funny, though.
It was good.
Fucking funny.
It was good.
Yeah, I was fucking trying everything.
Yeah. I like when we shouted it and it just like zapped us even harder.
I just went, you know what, fuck it, let's try it. And it was like, god damn it.
Yeah, go for it. Oh no, it was good. It was a good little side quest. I really enjoyed it. And it led to more of our usual brand of fuck around and find out. Yeah,
just absolute chaos. Which, you know, I'm always there for.
Yeah. I also like how we traded Biggs and Wedge, our NPC tag-alongs, for a new NPC tag-along, but this time it was you guys that brought them, not me and Grim.
Well, it wasn't necessarily me. It was another person in the party that just went, right, you're coming with us. And I just went, yeah, all right.
Yep. Yeah, all right. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Oh, it was good, though. I did enjoy it. It was a
really good session. We'll say another triumph from Couch. A load of fun. Absolutely. We nearly died, which is the sign of a good session.
Yes. I was fine. I was the only one that didn't go down.
No, you didn't. No, Chris and I got fucking spanked.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. I mean, so did I. Just to clarify, but the only reason I didn't go down is I got healed twice. Yeah,
fuck you. I sacrificed myself to heal you.
I was sitting on 7 HP for like the whole fight because I'd like get healed and then immediately get knocked back down. Oh, it was good though. I enjoyed it.
That was a good laugh. And well, yeah, as you guys can see, you can now see us. You can see the sort of shit we get up to.
Yeah.
We are actually wearing some of our merch.
I'll move my microphone. Oh, wait.
Yeah, there we go. That's the one.
It's so I'm looking in the camera and it's like it's flipped. So I was like, no, wrong way. You wouldn't think that of the two of us, I'm the one that streams more.
Well, I just leave it to your expertise there, Justin.
I mean, let's not use that word around here.
To be honest, the viewers can be thankful I'm wearing clothes.
True.
And as you
he's not normally.
And as you correctly pointed out, it looks somewhat unprofessional to be chugging from 2-liter bottles of soft drink. So we do have our grown-up cups.
Yep. I mean, I have still got my 2-liter bottle, but I've got an empty cup that I'm about to. Well, no, because I was drinking my chocolate milk. I finished my chocolate milk.
So are you seriously like pouring soft drink into where you've just drunk chocolate milk?
No, I brought a spare cup.
Ah, right. Okay, because that...
I'm not a monster.
Contrary
to popular belief.
Curdle like a fuck.
Oh, God, yeah, that would be horrendous. No, I'm not... No, let's not do that.
We've got to cut our first stream off early because you get rushed to A&E.
What do you mean rushed? I've got a season pass. They know me there. It's depressing because it's true. I used to go there so much because I was horrifically accident prone. But anyway, that's massively off topic.
It does. I don't think we've ever stayed on topic, to be honest. Well, no, scratch that. I mean, we had Johnny on last week. We stayed pretty much on topic.
He kept us on. Yeah, he kept us on topic.
We had a professional on the show.
Right? It's amazing what happens when that happens. Dude. But I mean, speaking of like being unprofessional, though, did you see what Wizards did?
I've heard about this, but I'm going to let you delight in this one.
Oh, it hurts me so bad. Basically, they put out a bunch of promotional material for next year for all of the books that are supposed to come out next year. And the original releases for these images had release dates on them. So every news place out there was like, the books are coming on these dates. The books are coming on these dates. And then like an hour later was went, oops, and just like re-uploaded all of the images with no dates.
I've just got a visual now of some temp working in the Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
Secret lab.
I uploaded those things. They're not ready yet.
And then all of a sudden, there's like 2 Pinkertons stood behind him. Like,
press delete. Press delete now.
Press delete. Oh, there go your kneecaps.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So yeah, I did. I was aware of that. But what sort of things were they advertising? Because you know me, I'm not going to pay any fucking attention to it. So
yeah. So I mean, they were advertising a bunch of books for next year. So it was things like the core rule book was apparently 21st of May, but then the date got removed. So who knows? I'm not going to bother with all the other dates, but there was a bunch of books basically. So it was, got them all. I got the list here. So the core rulebook was apparently May 21st, but then got removed. Vecna, Eve of Ruin, same date. Quests from the Infinite Staircase and Making of D&D, which is like a behind the scenes book, which I'm actually quite interested in. Of those four, like the core rulebook, obviously I'm going to pick up because I need it. But the making of D&D book is very interesting to me because like that behind the scenes look will be pretty cool.
Do you think the behind the scenes book will cover all the like baby goat sacrifices?
How to and how to use AIR
and how to drink blood? I mean, I just assume that that's what goes on at the Wizards of the Coast offices.
Possibly.
You know,
we won't know until the date that is no longer the date.
They're not very
that's kind
good
of like,
with numbers, are they? Because there was like, we're going to call it 1 D&D, and then it's not 1 D&D. Then they bring out the dates.
No, it's just D&D.
So yeah, I don't think numbers are their forte, which is weird considering they produce a game.
It's a math-based game,
which is based on math. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll a D20 and add your bonus. What do you get? Z. Okay, cool. You hit.
You joke. But that is actually technically a sound mathematical equation.
Yes, I do kind of agree with that, but at the same time, shouldn't really be on a D20 now, should it?
No. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Oh, I kind of want to make a D20 now that has like letters instead of numbers on it. It's all Roman numerals. That'd be a really cool dice set, actually. Roman numeral dice.
I've seen a few.
I'm sure that exists
I've seen
already.
A few sets of them.
Yeah, I'm sure that exists already. But that'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind a set like that.
I think we know somebody who
who
had a set of dwarven dice and it was all numerals.
That was me. I have the dwarven dice, and they're not numerals. It's got axes and stuff on it. It's a really cool set. It was my first ever dice set.
Fair enough.
Was my dwarven dice.
My first ever dice set I can't use because I can't see the fucking things. They were really.
Oh, that's like Couch has a set that I think the numbers are all in Japanese, so nobody lets him use them because he's the only one that can read them at the table.
Well, these ones were kind of transparent, and the numbers on them were black, and that hasn't changed. The only thing is, for some reason, they're just so hard to fucking see. It's literally a case of. Because if not, I won't be able to fucking see him.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I think like that's my biggest worry whenever I buy dice blind is what if they arrive and I can't read them?
Yeah, I do get that as a worry, to be fair.
Especially this like getting older thing.
Tell me.
It
Yep. Speaking of which, I should
even dice are like I used to use.
Yeah, speaking of, I
roll them now and I'm like,
I should actually be wearing my glasses, to be honest.
I should as well. I don't even know what mine are. But it's fine.
Oh.
It's okay. But yeah, I mean, honestly, though, like that D&D screw up from Wizards has kind of dominated the news this week. There's not been much else in there. So yeah. I
think it's just one of those. I think
very quiet week.
I think it's just one of those things that every time D&D opens a fucking window, it's going to make the news.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
which absolutely fucking blows. By the way,
I mean, yes, but I get why, because especially with like what's happened in recent times, right? It's such a clickbaity thing to have any story to do with Wizards right now. That people will read it even if it's a non-story because it's like, oh, what have they done now? So they click the link, right?
What was that one?
And so
we discussed a story off air that we decided not to talk about, and it was something about Hasbro making a massive amount of profit, and this website was going, oh, because it's because of D&D and it's because of this, and Hasbro themselves are going, no, it was because of Monopoly Go. So Hasbro has said it's because of Monopoly Go, but we think it's D&D. It's like, shut the fuck up. It's like, you're not reporting news at that
Hasbro
point.
who have said it's this and have also like shown the numbers, but then there's one report was like, nah,
it's D&D, mate.
Yeah, nah.
It's D&D, innit?
At that point, you're just like...
At that point, you're not a reporter because...
Yeah, you're...
I mean, to be a reporter, one of the sort of job requirements would be to report.
Yeah.
And not hypothesize.
Not come up with your own theory. Yeah.
But that was fun. But
good times,
I was actually wanting to
times.
run something by you. Just a quick one out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody on Threads
Yes.
posted something along the lines of, if we were to collaborate and create a TTRPG, what would you like to do? What would your ideas be? And I gave it a lot of thought, to be honest. And I couldn't really, because a lot of things I was considering had already kind of been done ad nauseum.
Yeah.
To be fair. And I'm just trying to find the person. Yeah, I've lost it. But then I got to thinking, what about, a system which was kind of like a balls to the wall, over the top, tongue in cheek, shoot 'em up. In the style of Bulletstorm, the original Quake, Doom. Just these things where it's only about shooting the fuck out of people. And I actually came up with some cool mechanics for it. Because obviously you need something quick.
I would be up for that, man.
You need something with a quick resolution.
Kind of like a... Yeah.
So, like a quick resolution.
Something Quakey or Unreal Tournament-y type thing, like just arena.
Yeah, not necessarily arena, not necessarily PvP, but in that sort of vein. So here's what I was thinking, right? So you need something with a quick resolution. All right.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that the best thing for that was what I know from like Delta Green, where there's no DCs. It's essentially, this is your skill. Roll under it. You will know the moment the dice hit whether you've succeeded or you've failed. You don't need that interaction with the GM. All right. And then I was thinking like other things. What if, for example, if you could on your turn sacrifice accuracy for a bonus to armor class, which would represent the strafing? Yeah.
So like movement and stuff like that. Yeah.
So if you think about it, like in a Delta Green thing, right? So you'd take a -20 to your shot, but you'd get a +20 to your AC, or some other people, whoever shooting against you would have a -20 shooting at you because you're moving around.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I'd play that. I mean, I'm a big FPS guy. Like on PC, right? So having a way to essentially play an FPS without playing an FPS,
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
I mean, I like FPSs, but I don't like the Call of Duty sort of FPSs. I like the stupid ones.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I love those. Especially like, I mean, I've played some really silly ones over the years. I mean, God, I've also played some of the classics. Like, I've played a lot of Unreal Tournament, Quake, Doom, Duke Nukem, great games. Counter-Strike, obviously. But like some of the silly ones I played, like there's one on Steam. It's like robot dodgeball.
I'm intrigued.
Exactly what it says on the tin. You play as a robot in an arena playing dodgeball with other robots that are playing dodgeball. That's it. That's the whole game.
Can you just what's it called? Is that what it's called? Robot dodgeball.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it's on Steam. It was such a. It's one of those games that's so stupid. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking for it now.
Here it is. Robot Roller Derby Disco Dodgeball. The full title of the game.
All right.
And it's like proper like 80s house music. It's like if you've got like epilepsy, don't play it. It's one of those.
Okay. I'm gonna Yeah, that's going on my shopping list. Lucky Christmas around the corner.
Convert that.
That would be fucking phenomenal.
To a TTRPG.
All right, you and I.
I'd play that all day.
You and I are going to fucking talk after this.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
So yeah, that was my idea. Just have like the sort of balls to the wall. Because one of my favorite games of all time is Bulletstorm. I think it's phenomenal. And Quake 3 Arena. I was big into that.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved Quake and Unreal Tournament back in the day. But I mean, yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. I'd play that. Definitely play that.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about maybe applying it to the system that we're talking about, but I don't think it'd work. But again, we've got a lot to talk about on that front.
Yeah, I don't think it's right for that. But that being said, it could work. That's another conversation.
Yeah, that's a conversation off air because we are on air now. We
are. Yeah, we can't just talk nonsense for 3 hours and then cut it out.
Well, we can and we do, and we can.
We can. Yeah, we do.
We've kind of been doing it for 36 fucking episodes.
This is true.
I just want to give a big shout out to Constant Connor, who's in the chat as well.
Oh, hello.
Joining us all the way over from the other side of the world.
Oh, so far away. So far away. Right. You had something I wanted to talk about today.
Have I done something? I feel like I've done something wrong. Like, I wasn't me, I swear.
Not you.
Oof.
Not you, but some people. So it's something we've touched on a few times, but we've never really discussed it properly.
All right.
And it's metagaming. Right? Because let's be honest, it's a problem that it comes up all the time on the forums, on Reddit, on fucking anywhere that people discuss TTRPG. At some point, metagaming comes up, right? Now, obviously, it sucks. Like, if it's done wrong, because I believe there is a right way to do it, but if it's done wrong, it sucks. So I wanted to have a chat about some of the ways that you can bring meta knowledge into a game without ruining the game.
I did a blog post about this a couple of months back, maybe. And it's not necessarily about bringing meta knowledge into the game. It's about the GM using meta knowledge to create atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I posted an example of one of the things I've done in the past where because obviously going on virtual, you've got a lot more things you could do, but like accidentally leaving a token on a map where it shouldn't be.
Yeah. Oops.
And obviously the players go in, they see it, and it's a big fuck off token. Just forget you saw that. They're not going to forget they saw that. But that creates a mood. It creates a tension, as it were.
Yeah. I mean, I do the same thing here. So like when I'm setting up, I'll deliberately get out huge models that I have no intention of using and put it on the desk for later.
Yeah.
It's essentially the same thing, right?
Music changes is another one.
Yeah.
You just change the music discreetly and just let the players' imaginations kind of run wild with them.
Why is there boss music? Why is there boss music playing right now?
No reason. Here, have a potion.
I wanted to more look at it from the point of view of if you are, you're DMing, GMing, whatever the acronym is for your particular system of choice, right? And you happen to have a metagamer at your table. Because it does happen. It sucks when it happens if it's not handled right. Some of the ways that you can deal with it without causing a massive issue. Because I've been on the receiving end of a metagamer in a group as a player, who I now will flat out just not play games with anymore because of stuff that happened in that campaign and stuff that I've seen happen in other campaigns with this particular person. And I've also, because obviously once you've read the books, you can't help but have a lot of knowledge about some of the monsters and stuff like that, right? So I wanted to maybe talk about some of the ways that you can have that knowledge as a player, bring it to your character, but without metagaming, essentially, right? An example that I had for that was when I was playing in another campaign. We were actively seeking out a beholder to go and fight because we needed one of his eyeballs for a ritual, blah, blah, blah. You know, usual fantasy stuff. You know, you need the eye of a beholder for a particular spell. So I, obviously, having read the monster manual cover to cover many, many times, already know a lot about one of the most iconic creatures in the game.
To be fair,
I wanted to bring,
as a non-D&D person, even I know about fucking beholders.
Exactly, right? So I wanted to bring some of the knowledge that I had into character, but without kind of breaking that wall, right, of what I know versus what my character knows. And we had a session where we had some downtime in a city. So I spent that downtime going to the library to research the beholder that we were going to go and fight in character, which then let me bring that knowledge into the game.
Right.
So things like that, where you can, in character, gain knowledge that you have out of character.
Right. I don't think that qualifies necessarily as meta knowledge. Yes, it's something you knew about the creature. However, you did not apply that. You found a way around it to kind of apply that to your character, but you would have been able to do that without your prior knowledge anyway. So, for example, let's say it wasn't a beholder. Let's say it was a unique creature that you, as a player, have never seen before. And they go, you need the eye of this creature, blah, blah, blah. It would be within reason for your character to kind of go, I think we need to find out more information about this. All right, so I don't see that as meta knowledge. All right. When people talk about meta knowledge and the sort of downside to meta knowledge, they're always talking about the misuse of meta knowledge.
Yes.
As opposed to the fact there's no way that you can stop from knowing things.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Case in point, you are starting a new campaign and you meet up with all the players and kind of go, what are you playing? What are you playing? Okay. Right, I'll play a barbarian. That's meta knowledge. However, that is accepted because it's necessary and you kind of create the narrative around it.
Yeah.
However, for example, getting thrown up against a creature and in between sessions, I look up this creature, especially in something like Pathfinder where everything you need is freely available legally on the internet. So all I have to do is Google and just kind of go, oh, this creature has this ability. Oh, well, I'd better prepare my spells accordingly. That's being a dick.
Yeah. But no, but see, that's the kind of thing that because that was the knowledge that I had about this particular monster that I then went and researched in game. So I had an in-game reason for preparing myself that way. But, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, but then it becomes a part of a conversation between yourself and your GM. Yeah. For example, let's say the same happened to me. I'm the GM. You know about beholders. I would make you roll for it. There'd be a roll involved
to see how much you actually figure out.
If you fail that roll, I will flat out tell you, you cannot use that knowledge.
Yeah,
you know, and
I think that's the important bit, right? Is having that conversation. So if somebody does start trying to bring in knowledge that they wouldn't necessarily have in character, just that little innocent question of, okay, and how did your character learn that? Because like, if they've got a valid reason of like, maybe in their backstory it was written that their whole village was killed by that particular creature, it stands to reason they might have looked it up.
I mean, there is the argument to kind of state that sometimes that line is very blurred. For example, Abomination Vault's game, my players went and encountered a Medusa. Obviously, you know what they are, I know what they are, everybody who knows even the smallest thing about mythology knows what they are and their abilities. Yeah. And he said in character, I'm going to avert my gaze. To which I went, why? Do you know what this is? You know, but does your character? So then I disallowed that particular action.
Yeah.
To do that action, to unlock that knowledge, you're going to have to roll a knowledge check.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's, that is the key, right? Is just having those hard, I mean, they are going to be hard conversations as well. Because, I mean, okay, most players, if they do that, they might not even realize they do it, right? Like in that instance, that wouldn't be somebody actively trying to take advantage of the situation, right? Because that is something that's just accepted as common knowledge in our world, right? But it might not be in that one. So that could be an innocent case of accidentally using meta knowledge, and then that conversation makes them go, oh shit, yeah, no, sorry, of course, I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, 100%. That's what it was. I'm not
exactly. Yeah,
trying to state there was anything malicious to it. However,
it can sometimes send the conversation the other way, which I've seen.
there are malicious uses to it. There are people who actively, cheat, for want of a better word.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly that. And it's something I've been at tables with a few people that have cheated and meta knowledged and whatnot. And one of them, it was an evil campaign that I was playing in. We got right to the end, and the final room of this thing was a massive room with a giant crystal floating in the middle of the room, not conspicuous at all. But in each corner of the room, fucking banging my microphone there. In each corner of the room was a separate, like, little room, right? In each corner. And my character was the only one that was capable of rolling high enough, which is a weird thing to say coming out of my mouth. I was the only one that could roll high enough to actually get into these rooms.
So can I just point out, could roll high enough isn't necessarily...
I did roll high enough. I did. Mainly because the only way I could fail was to roll in that one, and I rolled like 2s and 3s on every roll. It was a 20th level campaign, so like you can't fail rolls at that point, basically, unless you roll in that one. And of course, I still failed rolls. But I got into all of these rooms, and every time I got into a room, I was the only one nearby. And in each room, there was basically piles and piles of treasure and gold and all that sort of thing, and a statue in the middle of the room. And every statue had 1 or 2 small magical items, like a magical ring or an amulet, stuff like that, right? So, because I was the first one in the room and we were all evil characters, I pocketed all of the magical items in the room before anyone else got there. And then I went to go and unlock the next one while they started sourcing through the treasure, right? Rinse and repeat for all 4 rooms. Now, out of character, everyone knew that I had these magical items in my bag, right? In character, none of them did. And after the big bad boss fight at the end, one of the players at the table turned around and charged me and killed me. Because, like, I was the front line, so I was already low health, etc., etc. And basically just killed me outright. And when asked why by everyone at the table, his response was, because I want the magical items he took. But you don't know that he has them. Like, that makes no sense.
I just point out that watching you on video just kind of shows me how bitter you are about this.
I'm so fucking angry. So yeah, I was fuming. And then as a kind of like, so I was dead. That was it. GG's, game over. So I walked away from the table fuming. And while I was kind of trying to de-stress and relax a little bit, the DM, and I've got to give credit here because he didn't handle the killing me situation very well, but the way he flipped it afterwards was fucking brilliant. So my character was a paladin and used to be a noble and, very, very well respected and all this sort of thing. And he was only evil because he stopped giving a shit, basically. After they killed me, the two like surviving people were leaving the room when the good adventurers showed up. And basically the only way that we were going to get out of there alive is if I was with them, because one of the people in the group was a paladin from my old order who knew me. And like, yeah, so the only way they were going to survive is if I was there, because I could have talked us out of like them killing us, basically. So they died as well because the GM was like, no, you fucked it. You're dead. Fuck off. And that was the end of it. But I was pissed. And it was all because that guy took that meta knowledge and inserted it into what his character did. And yeah, it literally ruined their game for me.
I'm just having a look at the chat now. And first of all, just a shout out to Willow's Bane, who's there watching us with the girls. So I'm going to have to kind of watch my language. Sorry. But then Couch has put, I was there the day after. He was raging.
It's true. He was. He saw me the day after. I'm still raging now.
I know. I can tell. Like, it's,
honestly, it was, oh God, it was like 6 or 7 years ago now at this point. Still pissed about it.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. This is a good thing about doing this streaming. I can see your face when you get pissed off. I'm going to start talking about Winnie the Pooh in a fucking second, just see what happens. Sorry, fudging second.
Don't, because, right, one of our other friends who streams on Twitch is playing Kingdom Hearts 2 at the moment, and I happen to tune in because I'm a mod for their channel, and they happen to be doing the fucking Winnie the Pooh levels. I clicked in, saw that, went, nope. And it was one of those moments as well. Like, I tuned in and Pooh had his head stuck in a honey pot, and I was like, no, the world is out to get me right now. I'm out. I can't do this.
I just want to see the reviews tomorrow of this stream where it's like, yeah, it was all right until one of them had a meltdown about Winnie the Pooh. He started throwing shit around.
This is like the third meltdown about Winnie the Pooh.
There was a chair that went over that way. The stream didn't last long. They got to about 40 minutes in, and then just hell
ripped
broke
his PC
loose.
out of the wall, and it ended.
While the other one was just sat there laughing. Which kind of seems very on brand for us.
Yeah, it is. It very is, yeah.
But, like, going back to the topic at hand, metagaming, I think there is no way of eliminating knowledge. You as a player and as a GM, you need to find the best way to utilize it. And like you said, maybe go and do an investigation, maybe rationalizing how your character would know a certain thing. Other than that, if you know something that your character doesn't know, then you don't know it. It's, and in as bad as that may be. But metagaming can be used, it can be used beneficially. Constant Connell put in the chat that don't split the party. don't split the party. Technically, is
metagaming.
It can be metagaming, but at the same time, you can rationalize it of kind of going, we're a party of adventurers. We know strength is in numbers, so why are we going to split the party?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I think that there are some things that you can sort of rationalize, right? And I mean, going back to the example you gave right at the start of like when the party first meet and everyone goes, oh, I'm a sorcerer or I'm a barbarian or whatever. I think partly the reason we do it that way, at least myself anyway, is it just makes the party dynamic known. So it's a quicker gelling. I would actually kind of like it to play in a group where none of us know anything about each other. And we kind of like find out in that first encounter of like, because the one who's looks big and strong might not be. He might be a spellcaster. And I just think that'd be quite a cool thing, because like you go in and then you build up your own assumptions about these other people in your adventuring party. You get into some kind of encounter and there's like, oh shit, that's not the case at all. I think that'd be quite cool. But
to do that, you'd need a system that wouldn't be as punishing for imbalanced parties. Like, for example, 5e, Pathfinder First Edition. If you don't have the traditional party makeup, you're fucked, essentially.
Fabula would work really well for it.
Fabula work great. I mean, any of the more modern systems anyway, because I think they kind of purposely tried to do away with that. Oh, we need to fill party roles.
Yeah.
Pathfinder Second Edition, anyone can be a healer. You don't necessarily have to be a cleric or a divine caster to heal. Anybody can do it. And, other games they're completely irrelevant, even like something like Blades in the Dark, where crossover is expected. Yeah. So in order to do that, you would definitely have to play in a system that would allow for it. I think if you tried it in 5e or Pathfinder First, you'd be screwed.
I mean, there are ways to do it in 5e, but it would be kind of limiting because, like, for example, oh god, my brain's not working. I can't remember the class now, but it's they build stuff. It's a bit like like a tinkerer type class, but my brain is not giving me the name of it right now.
Artificer or Artificer? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the one. So they can use like very big strength based weapons that you would normally associate to like a barbarian. For example, I played one that had a great axe, right? But his strength was like 8 because they wield it with intelligence. So they use their intelligence modifier because it's like the argument is like it's a enchanted axe and they fight intelligently with it. So they use its momentum and stuff like that. But if you were to walk in and see, a guy sitting at the bar with a huge great axe, your first assumption is going to be barbarian. But no. So I think something like that could be quite fun. But yeah, I think you're definitely right though. Like it would be harder in some of the older systems than in a lot of the newer ones.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, it is to a certain degree metagaming, but there are times when metagaming is not only necessary, but it's important.
Yeah.
Like if I've got players that are going down the sort of wrong track, and I kind of need to nudge him in the right direction, that's when a bit of metagaming.
Players don't go down the wrong track. I've never seen a group of players go down the wrong track before. That doesn't sound right at all, John.
No, because when we started playing, we did everything right.
Yep. We definitely didn't make our DM throw the entire campaign out the window after 2 sessions.
One session?
Was it 1 session?
1 session. We did 1 session of Dragon's Demand, and he went, yeah, we're just going to homebrew it from now on.
The thing is, right, that's how good he was as a DM. I didn't even realize that until you told me the other day that was the case.
I genuinely
had no idea.
I think he told me maybe about like a year into the campaign and just went, oh yeah, I started you guys on Dragon's Demand. That was the whole thing about the wizard and the tower. The tower collapse. And I went, oh shit, we never did resolve that, did we? You went, nope.
Oh god, yeah, because we went to investigate that tower and then the whole fucking thing collapsed on us as we left.
Then we left town. I can't remember why, but considering that there were 2 characters actually from that town and we all just went, you know what, fuck it. The tower's collapsed.
It was my character and Chris's character were from that town.
I thought Couch's character was from there as well.
Was Couch's character from there as well? I know mine and Chris's live like in the town and on the outs. outskirts. And then your bard was just traveling around because bard.
Yeah.
And I thought Couch's character had come to town to try and set up the Church of Saranramp in the town.
I don't know. Couch is in the chat now.
That?
I'm waiting for him to answer, but
tell us. Because that was my memory of it. Is I thought he'd come to town to try and set up a Church of Saranramp.
Yeah, he was preaching at a local temple in the town.
Right. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, and then we just never went back.
Nah.
Oh, that was funny.
So, well, we didn't do it last week, but the past few weeks we've been trying to kind of highlight some of the wonderful stuff that people kind of send our way on Threads and on the other social media outlets, and I've got a few for you today. So first of all, I wanted to bring your attention to this is posted by Michael St. Gregory and is the Atlas Terminal. All right. So in the far and distant future, 4 planetary recyclers are abandoned on a junk planet terraformed by their employers and now have to find a way out before a nuclear storm destroys them and the entire planet. Every other Thursday, live on Twitch, our most recent episodes, VOD, will be on their YouTube channel tomorrow. That sounds like a really cool concept.
That does. It's a bit like the concept of you know like the film WALL-E, right?
Yeah.
Where the Earth was like destroyed basically, and they left behind the robots to clean up. It kind of sounds a bit like that, right? It's these these things left or these people left on the planet, or it might be robots. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. But probably
you've not
humanoids of some description.
You've not seen WALL-E?
No, I've seen WALL-E. I mean, I'm talking about this.
Ah, right. I was going to say, Jesus Christ. You've got a daughter. Of course I've seen WALL-E. What kind of? I'm also a huge Disney nerd. But yeah, like this seems very similar though, because like they're on the planet trying to recycle everything and sort the planet out and stuff like that. So that's kind of a cool concept, and I quite like that they've realized, oh shit, we need to get out of here, and that's a really cool journey. I might have to give that a watch. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much time to watch things anymore, but I would definitely be interested in that. I'd be interested in finding out what system it is, and I'm just going to try quickly Google it because it sounds like a load of fun.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But while I'm Googling that, the next thing was this. There is a company called RPGmatch.org, and I first heard of these like way before I started on Threads. They would hiring out some really good talent to kind of vouch for them, like the McElroys from the Adventure Zone and this, that, and the other. So basically what this is a matching service which will match GMs and players. So similar to Start Playing, similar to Warhorn, etc. However, this caters in like each individual style.
That's pretty cool.
Whereas I don't know about Start Playing, but at least on Warhorn, I put my name down, put a game up, people sign up, they have no idea what fresh hell is waiting for them when they start playing with me.
They have no idea that they're all about to lose their characters.
And they have no idea that their lives will be forever changed in the worst possible way. But at least in RPG Match, I can just kind of post out and just kind of go, all right, I'm going to ruin your lives in one way or another. So beware, at least. So I think it is a really cool concept.
Yeah, no, that is pretty cool. And like, it's something as well that I've actually always thought would be pretty cool to have. I think obviously it's going to be more beneficial for people like yourself who play online more than in person. Because it's going to be a lot easier to find a group online. Yeah. But it could work for trying to find people in your area.
Do you think we should create an app that does it for live tables?
I think the problem's going to be in more remote areas where there aren't many players. You're going to struggle anyway, right? But it might work.
Yeah, no. I mean, how many fucking dating sites are there? How many dating apps?
Yeah, but none of them work.
Yeah, but ours would work. It's how do we fix something that doesn't work? Make it fucking work.
True.
But dating
true.
apps are just fucking shit anyway. But have something like that and just kind of go, oh, it's Friday and I'm bored. Let me bring up, what should we call it? Roller. Let's call it Roller with an R. ROLLR. Roller. And just see what games are going on in my area.
Oh, God. That's going to just, no. That's a terrible name because it's just going to be filled with people trying to buy weed.
Hey, I'm not saying that that's what we have it for, but,
Oh, no. That's a terrible edit. But, I definitely think like it's an app that could
Okay. All right.
work,
Not Roller, though. Not Roller.
We'll come up with a different name.
Critter. Critter. CRITR.
I mean, that's better than Roller.
By the way, I'm trademarking all these fucking things right now. People are watching us, and someone is going to steal this idea.
Well, no, because we've got it recorded, time-stamped and everything.
Fair point. Trademark. TM.
Yep. TM. But it's a pretty cool concept, though. I do like it. And I think, like I said, I mean, this kind of thing obviously is much easier for online games because you don't have to be in the same area, right? But having one for in-person games would be pretty cool. I guess that the issue with in-person games, though, is like playing with randoms. You've either got to invite randoms to your house or go to a random's house or find someone that you can play in public.
I see no problem with that.
I do. Because I don't want random people coming to my house.
Yes, my game is in the basement. Come down. Come join us. Don't ignore the screams. They're just really enjoying the game.
They're just really enjoying the roleplay. But yeah, no, it's a really cool concept though, and I think it's definitely if you play a lot of online games, definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, definitely. And I do like the idea of being able to kind of cater your needs as a player versus what's on offer from the GM. Because again, if you go through Warhorn, you've got no clue.
Yeah, I think that is like an important part of enjoying a game as well, right? Is having a play style or expecting a certain type of play that the GM's offering. Because if you're a really combat focused DM and they're a really RP focused player, they're not going to have fun in your game or not as much fun than they would if, they were a combat focused player in a combat focused game.
And it's not only that, it's not only them, it's the other players at the table. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All you need is someone that just wants to heavily roleplay every sort of encounter, and people are going to start going, all right, I didn't sign up for this sort of thing. Whereas other tables are more RP heavy, and they can just
and everyone gets a turn in the spotlight, and they have their big scene, and it's really cool. And like I've played it with both kinds of people, and honestly, the people that get really into the role play, I don't know how they do it. It blows my mind every time. They're incredible. Like, they just are.
No, I'm a bit. I do get sometimes into the role play. Depends if I'm having fun and being a dick with it or not.
Says the guy who's literally got an entire printout of a bunch of prayers for his character to say in Fabula.
Oh God, yeah. I've got one for every occasion. That's kind of what I'm focused on.
Yet still takes the piss out of saran wrap.
Because it's saran wrap and it's shit. Anyway.
Good saran wrap.
Okay, so the next thing. Tabletop Spinners. All right, so Tabletop Spinners is a network with 3 different actual play podcasts.
Okay.
They've got the Chronicles of Creeth, I want to say. It's spelled Creeathe. I want to say Creeth.
Yeah, Creeth. Yeah,
I can't imagine it being
that's what I'd go with.
Shreeth, but anyway.
Shreeth.
Creeth.
Yeah, no, yeah, Creeth. Yeah.
So, a new world takes shape. It's God's struggle to compromise on their desires, and chaos reigns. As fate would have it, a group of unlikely heroes may be just what they need to settle the score once and for all. A D&D 5e actual play podcast released every Sunday at 6 a.m. Wait, is that 6 a.m.? Serious?
Oh,
wow,
they might have converted the time for us.
They might have done, but if not, that's commitment.
Yeah. I feel like that one had you right up until the words D&D 5e were said. Because that looks like that looks like you to a T, and then it's D&D 5e, and you're like, oh.
D&D 5e, and it's just like, yeah, no longer. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think I have actually listened to quite a few D&D actual play podcasts. For example, I'm listening to Johnny's Ravenloft Misfits, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the system per se. It's just not for me. The Adventure Zone was 5e. Yeah, that's the part that's not getting clipped.
I have access to clipping it now because I've got access to the YouTube. Unlucky. He's going to revoke my access now.
No, because I still need you.
I know.
Improv Madness. Welcome to Improv Madness, a Dungeons & Dragons 5e actual play podcast where no one knows what's happening until it does. Join us every other Thursday for some improvised D&D shenanigans.
That sounds awesome.
That sounds like my bag.
Yeah. I think you should do something like that, but not 5e. Do it like Pathfinder or something like that, where it's just all completely... You don't even know what's happening.
I do. It's called Blades in the Dark.
It's true. I mean, you kind of still have a rough idea of what's happening there.
I got a rough idea what needs to happen, but then everything else is just, let's see what happens when the dice rolls. Things go wrong very fucking quickly.
I roll ones. That's what happens.
All right. And the last one that they do is All Our Faults. Welcome to the home of All Our Faults, a Monster Hearts 2 actual play podcast. Join MC Mistress Winter and the AOF cast as they craft a dramatic tale of conflict, loss, obsession, and death, where love, hope, and family are short-lived illusions. Prologue episodes premiere Wednesday, October the 18th, with a new episode every week. Main story episodes premiere Wednesday, November the 15th, and every 2 weeks afterward. So yeah, you got 3 actual play podcasts for anyone out there that is interested in finding something new. They all seem varied.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely interested. I wish I had more time for podcasts.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, it's just not something I have a massive amount of lately. Okay, and just quickly, I'm going to do one more and then we can go to the couch.
Yeah.
All right, Negative Modifier. It is a weekly actual play podcast who are currently wrapping up a playthrough of Oakwood Heights, a heinous murder publicity stunt dressed up as due diligence, and an alleged murder so broken he can not even remember his childhood. Home are what await you in our first foray into the world of cult divinity lost. That does sound like a little bit of me, to be honest.
Yeah, I was about to say that sounds like you, dude. Like a heinous murder, like bit of mystery around it, and yeah, that's
just add some like existential horror in there, and
yeah, and then that's you. You done, bro.
Yeah,
Christmas came early.
Something came early.
There's an end stream button. Oh god. that was
we are terrible. Putting the mature rating on this as well, right? Just on the stream.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, cool. It is on there.
Cool.
I clicked the button.
Believe it or not, viewers, I'm actually holding back.
It's true. It's so true. You guys don't even know half of what he says and then it gets cut.
Yeah, we can't cut as much now.
No.
All right, so shall we have a wander over to the couch?
Let's do it. I'm not actually going to go to my couch because you can see it in the background. now over there. But I'm going to stay here. But we can go to the couch, sure.
We can get. We play in worlds of imagination, Justin. I'm sure you can imagine going and sitting down on the couch next to me.
You said that, and my brain just started singing that song from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. In a world of pure imagination.
Oh, right. Oh, you've got the voice of an angel.
No, I don't. I did realize, though, that I just sang into the microphone, and that's going to be a clip now. So, yeah, that's great.
Yes.
Fuck's sake.
Yes. You know, and possible episode title, unless something funnier comes along.
Yep.
All right.
I'm
okay, so
upset.
do you have any questions for us?
I do. I have 2 questions.
And I have 3, but we're still going to roll for initiative.
We are. I've got my own dice today, so I'm going to roll. I remembered to bring some across with me.
All right. Well, I'm going to get my fancy ones out then. Fuck you.
Ooh, what are your new ones?
I am indeed.
Cool. I'm going with my pearly white boy, which
once again, courtesy of Cryptic Crits.
Yeah, honestly.
The camera.
So after seeing those in person on Thursday, they are stunning in person. Like the camera is not doing them justice. Like they still look good on the camera, but in person, dear God, the detail is insane. I love them. I'm definitely buying myself a set next year. Right. Let's do this.
Let's do this. All right, go. What you got?
You first.
I didn't get a massive. I didn't. It wasn't very high. It was a 6. Did you get a 1?
No. I didn't get 1.
Well, a 1 would be interesting. So
got a 3.
All right then. So I will.
So these dice are just like all of my other dice. That's the first time I've rolled them. They rolled a 3. Love it.
All right. Okay. So I will start with the first question I got.
Yep.
This one is from Couch.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Who is in the backseat of an M4 Sherman tank. It is when playing in a game. Mm-hmm. How much do you like to be led by the GM? Do you prefer to self-govern and manage the storytelling between players, or have the GM tell you what is going on? And in brackets, not asking for my game at all.
Honestly, I like a little bit of both. Especially like, so as an example of it, in Thursday's session with Couch, when we were trying to figure out that first door, right? That little riddle puzzle thing on the first door. The level of information he gave us, I think, was perfect, because he gave us enough that we could start getting results, but he at no point was like, well, when you maybe try this. And he kind of let us get there ourselves. And I like that. But that being said, sometimes you're in that position of the players have hit a wall and they're not getting anywhere. It can sometimes be nice to throw them a lifeline. Yeah. It's a tricky one.
I do like a bit of back and forth. This is something that I've kind of changed over the course of the years GMing. Mm-hmm. You know, especially because when I started GMing, it was exclusively sort of adventure paths and pre-written stuff. And I was very much that we have to stick to what is written. This is the story. Any sort of deviation from that, it's just not going to work. But bit by bit, I have definitely kind of softened on that, and now I'm at a point where a lot of times when there are things that, you enter a town. All right, what does this town look like? And I will purposely kind of hand that over to the players for them to help me populate the world.
Yeah.
Because it will feel a lot more natural and a lot more sort of personal to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go into this tavern. What's the tavern called? Give me a name for the tavern keeper, and this is the person that you're going to interact with. And I do like offering that, and at the same time, as a player, I like being able to do that as well. Case in point, if we're going about Thursday's game, Fabula Ultima has its main mechanic in Fabula points.
Yeah.
And one of the uses of Fabula points is affecting the story, which I am the only person at the table.
You're the only one that remembers it.
Who has actually done that on 2 occasions. It's like, all right,
well,
but
you saved our backsides with it on Thursday.
But that's what it's for, and it does create the sort of unpredictability.
Yeah.
That the players normally have. It kind of shares that a tiny bit with the GM, so that even the GM can kind of go, I have no fucking clue what's going to happen. Let's have some fun. Which is part of the reason why I like stuff like Blades in the Dark and Delta Green, because they lean heavily on that.
I think it also it helps the players get a bit more invested in the world around them, right? Because they've contributed to it. So yeah, I think there's definitely back and forth is good. I have been in campaigns where the DM like leads you by the hand through the story, and I fucking hated it. But I also know some players who really enjoy that. So I guess we go back to our age-old thing of have a good session 0, discuss what you're expecting, and if it doesn't match up, call it a day.
And use your mouth right, Justin.
Fuck off. I was so careful not to say that there. I was going to, and I was like, don't do it. Don't do it.
You are you're never living it down.
No, I know. The worst thing is I said it when we had a guest on as well, so it's not even just us that know about it.
I know, and it was him who kind of leaned into the episode title.
It really was, yeah.
I spoke to him about it, and he went, I think the funniest thing was the instant regret.
Honestly, and that's the thing as well, right? Because obviously this is the first one that we're doing on video for everyone else to see, but obviously we do it on video so that we can see each other and stuff like that, right? It came out of my mouth, and the minute it happened, my brain just went, shouldn't have done that. It was like Hagrid in like all of the Harry Potter films where he says something to them and then goes, I shouldn't have said that. Like immediately.
When we do a highlight reel, that is definitely going to be on it. When we do a best of.
Or the rewind, you know, like how they do like YouTube rewind where they show you like the highlights of the year and stuff like that.
It'd just be that on repeat.
It's just that.
Use your mouth.
An hour of me just going, just use your mouth. All right, my first question. Hopefully that answers Couch's question. But my first question is from Sci-Fi, who is currently prepping for Abomination Vaults. And he asks, what do you find the most fun to prep when you're running a game?
Ooh.
Yeah. I thought you'd like that one.
That is a good question. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily consider it fun per se, but the things that I get most excited about are the set pieces. The moments where I take away all control from the players and go, right, this is going to be exposition. This is going to be narrative. I'm going to describe a scene.
Yeah.
They're the things that kind of they're kind of the linchpin to everything else. So I will come up with a scene. I will come up with like a very cinematic sort of moment, which I will write, and I'll write again, and I'll write again, and I'll go through it a million times until I get to the point where I'm reading it and getting noticeably amped up just by reading what I've written, sort of thing. That is the thing that I kind of get the biggest kick out of.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, those are definitely fun. I think for me, the bit I have the most fun building when I'm prepping is I really like building the puzzles. Because that's the part of the game I also like doing as well. So for me, it's like it's putting together, like, because I'll always have what I want the result of the puzzle to be, right? Like it's going to unlock that, or it's going to trigger this, or whatever the puzzle does. And then I work backwards from there of, okay, so they're going to walk in and see this. This is where they're going to get to. I need to make sure that there is enough there that they can get there, right? So I like building those out, so that even people who aren't very puzzle-minded people can figure them out without too much. Well, have you maybe tried looking in the thing? But yeah, so that for me is like getting that balance between having somebody who's really into puzzles going, oh, that was a really good puzzle, and somebody who doesn't really like puzzles going, that was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed that. I find it really fun to try and do that and build that out.
No, yeah, I mean, I do enjoy a puzzle. The only problem is I can't come up with them. I enjoy them as a player, but as a GM, it's like I honestly can't fucking come up with anything. I'm horrible at it. You know, I'll probably end up using some riddle that someone's heard before. Or
honestly, that is a problem that I get a lot with, like, because I do really like puzzles and riddles, and I do read them from time to time, just in my spare time. I'll sit here and just go through like riddles. I've gone into games where they're like, oh, there's a door and there's a thing and there's a riddle. And I'm like, oh, I know that one. I'm just going to sit here quietly and let everyone else figure it out.
Yeah, I have done that before where there's a riddle. It's just like, yeah, I'm just going to let people crack on.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'd say that's my favorite part.
Well, hopefully that's answered that question for sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
I've got another question here. This one comes from Chris.
Oh.
Who is searching for daylight under a mountain of boxes. Now, I have to be perfectly candid, I have actually had to edit this one because he told me the question, then he sent it in.
Yeah.
And there was a slight mistake, which I've corrected. But it is, what would be more of a threat? 100 duck-sized Tarrasques or a Tarrasque-sized duck? Interview time, motherfucker.
I would not want to fight a Tarrasque-sized duck. I mean, ducks are fucking vicious at the best of times, right? You make one of them that size, that's game over. But in a world where like you can fireball and blow up a huge area pretty easily, bunch of little things, not really a problem.
Really? Yeah, see, I completely disagree with you. And here's why you're wrong. Because... Okay, so yes, a Tarrasque-sized duck is going to cause mass destruction, and it's just going to... it's going to be, there's going to be feathers everywhere. It's going to be, the quacks are going to fucking pierce eardrums, etc., etc., etc. However, the Tarrasque, even in its diminutive form, will still have its regenerative ability. So not only do you have 100 duck-sized Tarrasques, you've got 100 duck-sized Tarrasques that you can't kill because they regenerate.
Yeah, but so the way that you kill a Tarrasque is with a wish spell, and with that same wish spell, you can kill all of them in one go.
Yeah, but do you have access to wish, though?
I mean, depends on what level.
Depends on your GM.
Yeah, I mean, because you could also just get a ring of wishes. So yeah.
I definitely think a Tarrasque-sized duck is the right answer.
Yeah, because that would just be it's chaos. And how are you gonna kill a Tarrasque-sized duck?
Well, the same way you would kill a Tarask-sized anything with lots of hits.
With a nuke.
But I admit it would be chaos. One would almost say it would be quackers. So are we ending the stream? Or?
Yeah, it was a good run.
Is that what we're calling it? Is it?
I think that's it for Too Legit to Crit. We had a good run.
We had a good run. Although I think Sci-Fi is going to fucking appreciate that one. He likes a good one.
So I do have one more question, which is also from Sci-Fi.
Okay, go for it.
And this is not as much a question, more a suggestion. He reckons
get different co-hosts.
Yeah, he reckons we need better hosts, is what it says here.
We agree.
We completely agree. We don't know why you guys listen to us. In fact, I think we spend most of our time saying you guys shouldn't. But he reckons we need to have a sweepstake on how many characters you will kill in the collab next week.
I don't know. It's a crit.
He reckons at least two.
No, come on. It's Christmas.
I'm going with at least one.
You?
Yes.
It's gonna. But the thing is, it's Blades in the Dark. You are technically going to kill yourself.
Exactly. But let's be honest. All of my characters that have died have been because of my dice rolls. I've not had a single character die. I've had one character die from stupidity. All of the other characters I've had die in a campaign have been from dice rolling bad.
Well, to be fair, all the characters that I've killed have been from dice rolls and poor decisions.
Yeah. And that's what I'm the king of. Dice rolls and poor decisions. I mean, case in point, I'm here doing this.
Yeah, that is going to be the title of your autobiography.
Bad rolls and poor decisions.
I would buy the shit out of that book.
So would I. And that's one of the bad decisions because I already know what's in it. I wrote it.
Couch has just posted in the chat, Sci-Fi, want to do a podcast together to see if we can do better? Yes, you can.
Absolutely, you can.
You can immediately do better than us.
Yep, it wouldn't be hard. I just read as well as Sci-Fi. Where would they get the questions from? From us. We'll just send you the questions you've sent us.
Or they'd just sit there asking each other questions.
Yeah, that would be it. They would just question each other. It would be like an interview back and forth.
We should actually do that as a segment. We each think of like 3-5 questions and we just fire them off at each other.
I'm down for that. Let's do it. And we don't have to answer them, right?
No, we've got to answer our own fucking,
No, I mean, we don't have to answer our own questions. I ask you a question. Yeah, so you don't have to answer your questions and I don't have to answer my questions.
No.
Cool. Yeah, I'm down for that.
No. All right, okay.
Yeah,
we'll try it next week. But then it's, can we come up with 5 questions of fucking... Let's go with 3. Let's go with 3 questions. Because I don't know if I can come up with 5 questions. I've got an intro to come up with every week and that's bad enough.
I have nothing to do every week. Well, I mean, I guess I've got to make sure the stream's good to go because we have other screens that we will be using in this as well in the future.
Yes, we do.
But this one for now.
We still need to work on a couple of them, to be honest. We do
need to work on a couple of them, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I will get that done this week.
But yeah.
All right. So it's now my last question, is it not?
Yes, it is indeed.
Okay. All right, so this one also comes to us from Couch, from an F-15 co-pilot's chair. It is, what is your favorite moment from a game you have been in? Whether that be a player or a GM. This is a fucking thinker.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few for me. I think like from recent games, it was where my players they'd escaped from the cell that they were in on the ship. They'd snuck through 2 decks of the ship, killing everyone, get to the armory, and then the bard played his bagpipes. That was just gold for me because it was like they've been so sneaky that whole way, like up 2 decks of a ship, sneaking along. They were like, one would go ahead to scout the, what was on the next deck and everything. Get to the armory. They're finally able to gear up and really take control of the ship. I'm gonna play my bagpipes. Loved it. So I think that one's definitely like up there for me.
All right, I've got 2 in mind.
Mm-hmm.
One as a player, one as a GM. As a player, this was back in Scott's campaign. Way after you'd already gone at this point.
I've done a runner.
And our party bumped into what would be the big bad of the campaign. And Scott's plan was for us to die, essentially. And then we'd kind of get reincarnated, mythical powers, etc., etc. But we did not know this at the time. We just knew, holy shit, this is a really hard fight.
Yeah.
And we were getting battered from pillar to post. We could not land a strike on this. This guy had like a Vorpal weapon. So it was natural 20, head goes, you're dead, sort of thing. During all the campaign, Scott was very permissive with me and my character in the sense that I could, to a certain degree, break the fourth wall.
Yeah. Yep.
And just for comedic purposes.
Yep.
And we were in this fight, and I knew that we were toast, but there was still a chance for someone to get away.
Yeah.
So I went, you know what? Fuck this. And I just had the most amazing 5 rounds of combat I ever had, because my round would be just basically move away and insult this fucker. I was able to drop all sort of pretense and completely demolish the fourth wall and just come up with some of what I think is to this date my funniest fucking material.
Oh, yeah, no, I remember hearing stories about that.
And Scott was just like, I'm going to kill you. And for some reason, he wasn't able to. And then another round would go past and I'd just carry on. And it was so fucking funny. So that was definitely one of the highlights of my gaming sort of side.
Yeah.
Do you have another one, or do you want me to?
So I do. And it was... This one wasn't even so much like an in-game moment. It was just a really funny thing. It was that evil campaign that I mentioned earlier that we were playing in, and it was the bard in the group went to do I think it was like a diplomacy roll to try and convince somebody of something. So he rolled his D20, rolled like a 2 or a 3, called what he rolled before doing the math on all of his modifiers, right? But I rolled a 3, so that's and while he was trying to math it, the DM started talking about how he was failing the diplomacy that he was trying to do, and he went, so that's a 37, and the DM just went, what? And he was like, yeah, it's 37. He's like, but you rolled a 3. He's like, yeah, I'm a 20th level bard. What do you mean? Basically, he just had so much stuff in there that the only way he could literally like do anything remotely bad was in that one, and even then on a skill check it's not an instant fail. Like, I think the lowest he could roll was like a 30. Which in terms
to be honest, Nahash was like that towards the end of his career. I think 57 or something stupid. But the other moment I want to remember as a GM in this case was after the Skulls and Shackles campaign sort of split. I ran sort of an offshoot of that for Chris and Couch, where they, traveled a magical ship that could traverse the plains, etc., etc. And Chris's character was looking for his dad and all this. And I introduced an NPC really early on who would travel with them. And it turned out that NPC was the big bad.
I love it.
And it was the moment that Chris made the connection. I have never heard him scream so loud down the microphone. It was so funny. He called me words that even I don't want to repeat on this. On this stream.
Like those kind of like reveals as well, if you could get away with them to the very end, they are fucking beautiful. Because if you could get away with it right to the end, like the players have formed an attachment to that NPC now.
Yeah, and they had all these sort of like really sort of bonding moments and stuff like that. And when it all kind of revealed, I kind of relived the bonding moments and everything. I'd very carefully chosen my words. Yeah. So it would be a case of, if we don't do this, we're going to, if we don't do this, they're going to die, sort of thing. Whereas when it initially happened, it seemed like a plea.
Yeah.
But when the reveal happened, it was like, no, that was a threat.
Yeah.
And it was, honestly, he hated it. And he still does not trust me.
I mean,
and I don't.
That's fair.
That is fair.
That's fair.
But it was a phenomenal sort of moment.
Oh, yeah. No, I love that sort of thing.
But that was a fantastic question. I really enjoyed that.
It was.
But I do believe that is about it for us today.
I believe so.
So, yeah, I just want to, send a big thank you out to Couch, Southeye, and Chris for sending in some like fantastic questions. Yep. If you want us to answer your questions, then get in touch with us via one of the social medias or on our website where we've got a form you can fill in. Also, thank you to you, Justin, for spending some time with me tonight. Do you want to tell people whereabouts on the webs they can find you?
Yes. So I am most places as Justin Accurate TV. I am on the YouTubes as well at Justin Accurate Clips. And I sometimes stream video games and whatnot there as well. Also in the Discord and on our Facebook page.
As for me, you can find me at naturaljuan at dice.camp on the Mastodons. You can catch up with everything we do at toolegit2crit.uk. You can also interact with us at toolegit2crit on Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky, and YouTube, as well as Justin mentioned on our Facebook group. If you like what we do and you want to see more, then give us a like, a rating, subscribe, or even just tell your friends about us, because we are loving this community that's forming and we kind of want to see it grow, and we can only do that with your help. But most importantly of all, I want to thank everyone that has taken time out of their busy day to listen to two idiots waffle on about tabletop role-playing games. Thank you very much. Good night.
See you later, guys.